Hey, hello everyone. So today we are going to see about DQ in C++ STL. So first let's see about what is DQ and why it is used for. So let's go to the whiteboard. So you can call DQ as an additional functionality added to a queue. Okay. So for example, consider a queue. Okay. So let's say this is our queue and it has like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's 4 elements in it. And the problem with queue is that you can only add elements at the last. Okay, suppose I'm doing qb or queue, I am putting q dot push 5 means that 45 will get added only at the end over here, and it can't be added at the start beginning. Okay, because queue is first in first out. And if I do q dot pop, I'm going to get 1 as the output. Okay, 1 will be removed from my queue, and I can't also delete the last element. I can't remove 5. So in order to remove 5, I need to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, and then only I can pop out 5. So these are like some of the disadvantages present in a queue. So in order to like give more functionality, we have got DQ. Okay, in DQ we can also insert the element in front and insert the element at back, delete the element in front, delete the element in back. So the disadvantages in Q is addressed in DQ. That's it. It's really pretty much simple. It's kind of like a mix of a vector and Q. Like, so now let's get to the code. Okay, so for DQ it's going to be as include DQ, or you can just go over with this one, this header file, or you want to be specific, you can go with as include DQ. So for declaring a DQ container, it's going to be DQ int. I'm going to use an integer data type over here, so int, and let D be my DQ over here. So first thing what can we do is let's go with pushback. Okay, so D dot push underscore back, we put 1, and let me just copy this, paste it, and 3 and 4. Okay, that's fine. And as I told you earlier, DQ, the contents present in the DQ can be accessed by using an iterator. So let me go for an iterator over here. So copy this, paste it, iterator. And another thing is you need to keep in mind is that if you are using only this as include DQ, you need to use as include iterator as well, because it isn't present inside DQ. Okay, so let it be our iterator, and let's just put a for loop over here. For it equal to d dot begin, it not equal to d dot end, it plus plus, and just put a c out, some space, and asterisk of it. That's it. So we're just iterating through it. Simple iterator concept over here. We're just pushing and we're just iterating through it. So now let me just run this code. So as you can see here, I am getting 1, 2, 3, 4 in the output. So here I have used only d dot pushback. So now this is basically like 1, 2, 3, 4 is pushed in a linear fashion. So now what if I do with d dot push underscore front? Okay, so this push underscore front is only present in this DQ. It isn't present in vector as well. So d dot push underscore front, let me put 5 over here. So you can't do this in Q as I told you earlier, because push front means our 5 will be coming over here. 5 will be over here. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 will be having that, but this can't be done in Q, because in Q, as I told you earlier, it can be done only at the end. So if I put push front 5, will be having the output as 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you can see, I'm getting the output as 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. So we have like options to access the first and the last element. So for that, it's going to be cout front. Just go and type d dot front and handle. And for accessing the back element, it's going to be cout back d dot back, and that's it. So you'll be getting the front and back element by using that. So we'll be getting 5 as the front element and 4 as the back element. That makes sense. And next we have some of the common, like we have pop back and pop front as well. I will be doing that as well over here. So for pop back, let's go over here and type d dot pop underscore it's back. Just put a C out after deleting. Put a handle and let me just copy this over here. So just run it down. So this is like we are popping it back. So 4 we are having 5 1 2 3 4, and after deleting we can see that pop back removes the last element from the end. So 4 is getting removed over here and we are getting 5 1 2 3. And if we just copy this one and like do it twice, let's have a C out handle over here as well, and I'm just popping back twice. So what will happen is that 3 and 4 will be getting removed. Okay, so as you can see here 3 and 4 are getting removed because I have used pop back twice. So now I've just remove this and I'll put pop friend. Okay, so that's what the great advantage by using DQ. We can delete at both the ends, insert at both the ends. So as you can see here, I am pop friend deletes 5 because it's the friendmost element. And another thing with DQ is that you can also get the access of a particular element. So let's suppose say I want to get access of the second index present in this DQ. Let's say suppose say I will put d dot at, and I will specify here 2. So which means that I need a second element present inside my DQ. Okay, so for that let's see what we get the output first. So I'm getting 2, that is the index number 2 because it starts from 0 1 2. So I'm getting 2 over here. So now what if I go over here and put 0 and execute and run it? I'll be getting the output as 5 because it corresponds to the index percent. So it starts from 0. Okay, so 0 1 2, so it works that way. So these are some of like the additional functions that are used by using DQ, and there are also like some regular ones like clear, we have erase, we have insert, and we have swap. So these are like some of the commonly used functions. These are like common for all things, for all containers vectors. So same applies for DQ as well. So I hope you have found this video useful, and I have also done many other videos in STL C++. So I have also done many other videos in Python, Java, C++, and other programming languages. So do check out the videos of my channel, subscribe and support me. Thanks for watching.